what an awesome way to start. Jeez. What a cool way. I got my Timbs. I'm just walking up to the museum right now. I'm at Cave and Basin. And it's gonna be a nice, easy day of hiking. The last day here in Banff. 4 days, so. I have never seen a herd like this. This is off the charts. I can't even count them all. There's gotta be 20 or 30 of them. Maybe more. 40 or 50? Like, holy crap. I want to park? Here, how am I gonna get that accomplished? Oh, they're taking off as I move along. This is huge. Wow, welcome to Banff. I can't believe how many there are. Oh, hey guys. I know. An interloper. Interloper. Well, I feel like I've separated the herd, so I don't want to do that for long. Start the car up and we'll park nicely and let them go about the business. Sorry guys. There's another massive bunch over here, and I feel like I separated them. So all these cars are here. I'll go park with them. Let's leave it at that. What a cool way to start my hike. Another beautiful day. 4 days in a row in Banff. Like +1, +2. Awesome. Hey, all, Mark here. Today it's going to be Sundance Canyon. And what an awesome way to start. Jeez. What a cool way. I got my Timbs. I'm just walking up to the museum right now. I'm at Cave and Basin. And it's going to be a nice, easy day of hiking. The last day here in Banff. 4 days, so yeah. I'm enjoying my coffee. I'm below the Cave and Basin historic site. Just enjoying their little boardwalk here. I could not be more laid back today. I know that Sundance Canyon is not far. Yesterday I did a big long hike. Legs are tired. It's pretty cool to see the mineral waters coming out and running all over the place. I mean, you go to hot springs and stuff, you don't really see the actual water running all over the place. So this is cool. I like it. Got that mineral sulphury smell. Ah, yeah. And he's doing some exploring in the Cave and Basin historic site. Not bad, you know. And you got that little platform back there for bird watching. And you got this one here, which just shoots out into the middle of this swamp, marsh, which is fed by the springs, so gives it a unique nature. And you can go check stuff out. Got the place all to myself, of course. It is mid-December. The tourists are out skiing. They're not out checking out stuff like this. Okay, so I've started to actually hike a bit, and I jump on a random trail to start heading out of the basin, and I jumped on the horse trail. Trails that have horses on them, you know, usually they're just like wardens and maybe a couple of random outfitters. But if it's like a popular tourist horse attraction that's near town, the trails are absolutely torn to pieces, because heavy horse use will do that. So this is full of bumps and such. I found some footprints now. I'll go and follow those. But yeah, this just happens, right? So fortunately there aren't a whole lot of horse places like that around. And, you know, it gives something else for the tourists to do. It is kind of fun to ride horses. Kind of a neat sign because it's clearly quite old. Coming back to the old asphalt road that was shut down. As soon as you get off that horse trail, here's the main road. And then here is, I believe, like the upper marsh. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna take this way, just for fun. Because yesterday I came walking up that way, coming out from that hike, and I'm gonna do it again today, so take a different way up. Well, so far that upper loop has just given me a bunch of climbing and woods. And now we got a little bit of deadfall across it. I'm surprised I haven't come across more of this in my travels in Banff. I guess this is the first time I'm kind of using a barely used trail, so. Oh. Well, if anything, my curiosity will be satisfied. Well, we came across kind of an intersecting path down there that was clearly heading back down to the road. And as soon as that happened, this became a horse path again. Torn up, bumpy, rocks everywhere. Yeah. So, guess I'm figuring out where this riding company brings their people. Well, I just had a look at my map. This is not the Marsh Loop. This is just a random trail. And no wonder, I mean, it's a horse trail. Sometimes you wonder why trails are there. No one talks about them in hiking books. Well, this is why. They're just torn up horse trails, and all you see is trees, which is all I've seen so far. Oh well. I like hiking all the trails. I already saw the one down there, so, and I'll see it on the way out. And I can still go do that Marsh Loop. So, you know, I'll see everything. If I don't have a very big hike, I always tend to do this. I always tend to check everything out, and then it becomes more of a day hike that way. More discovery, even if it is just discovering a trail that you don't want to do again. Okay, I've never seen a sign like this. Now yesterday in this area, I hiked through, doing a different hike, the Cosmic Ray Station hike, and they had done a rather large tree thinning operation in there. But that's all it was described at in the book. Described as was tree thinning. So now I know it's actually a fire guard. All right, starting to get at least a little bit of a view out of this trail. Cool. Starting to head back down now too. We went around this rather large kind of mound. If you really wanted to, you could go scramble up that and get a pretty sweet view. I don't feel inclined today. I'm going to continue on to Sundance Canyon. And I know that there's amazing views of that just walking down flat beside the river. So, yeah. Carrying on. All right, I've intercepted the Cosmic Ray Trail, which up that way, pretty much a solid uphill all the way to the Sulphur Mountain gondola. There's the horse trail, and now it's got a short way down to the intersection with the Sundance Canyon Trail. Okay, well, I'm at the intersection. That was the hard way to do 2.7 kilometers. This is the normal way I did yesterday. It's flat. It's much, much easier than doing the horse path up there because you gain a lot of elevation. Well, not a lot, but you gain a bunch. So this is a four-way intersection. This way here is called like Brewster Creek or something like that. And it's mostly, I guess, of interest to mountain bikers, which means that it's probably mostly through trees and on, you know, that sort of thing. It's 4.8 kilometers to Healy Creek parking area. So maybe I would hike this with the assistance of a bike. So I would ride around to different trailheads, but I'm not too worried about it. So much hiking to do. It's a long time before I decide I'm gonna go do that one. Well, today, this is what we're after. At least I got 2.7 kilometers done. And really, that's a pretty large percentage. Let's move along. So that intersection quickly led into a horse path that mirrors the road. So that road used to be for cars, so like they actually had it open. So the horses will go on this path, and I guess this is one of the places they stopped. 3 Mile Cabin, you say. All right. Banff Trail Riders. Okay, so this all still looks in pretty good shape. They must still use it, just not right now. This isn't real tourist season, right? Okay. No trespassing, okay. Riding at your own risk. Bidders cannot. All right. Okay, well, I'll leave you guys' stuff alone. Obviously, it still gets used. I'll move along. Yeah, kind of interesting. Very, very interesting. Looks like fun. 23.7 to Banff. That's, you know, that's a fun 2 days, maybe 3 days if you want to spend a day up there. Yeah. There is actually some footprints going up there, so I wonder if people are breaking in this law. Well, April 15th, November 15th. Okay, wow, this is... Oh, I'd have to look into this. Huh. So this is Sundance Canyon picnic area. The book does not say when they decided to shut down this 3 kilometer stretch of road to vehicles. But I'm sure it's just a matter of time before this gets torn out, or they decide that it's not worth it, since there's just hikers coming down here now. And cyclists too. That's a great cyclist trail. Huh. Yeah, starting to show some wear and tear. They're probably not taking care of it anymore, so. A few picnic tables made out of cement, so they're gonna last a long time. All right, let's carry on off to Sundance Canyon. Okay, it's quite the prairie, really. And it's open. Oh my God. Damn. Surprised I didn't just lock it up so they don't have to send a truck down here to suck it out every so often. Crazy. Here's another sign I've never seen before. Only in a national park are you gonna see this. Skateboarders and horses. Let's talk about safety. Got ourselves a nice little bike rack. Another picnic table. There's lots of stuff down here. And, you know, this is asphalt, so this is fantastic for bikes. So you can get up here, go for a little walk, and then head on back down. Oh, we got some railings, so that must go up. Nice. Good old canyon. We're off to a nice start. Pretty nice. I've been climbing quite a bit already. It's a canyon, usually you're climbing. And we got steps. I'm gonna get the ice cleats on, utilize one of these steps for that. Always a good idea. No reason not to, except for a little bit of aggravation. All right, there we go. $40 from Mountain Equipment Co-op. They're just a safety thing. Just have them in your bag. They go over top of any boots, and then you're not gonna get stopped by icy conditions and stuff. You just throw them on, off you go. It's a smart way to go in the winter. As usual, everything is well taken care of in Banff. Still, I'm glad to utilize this stuff because since the road is gone, they might not keep these bridges going as well, right? Because it will lose popularity, so definitely happy to get this done. Check it out. Well, it's always a blessing to come out and hike in December. I mean, it's December 17th today. But certainly this would be something I want to come back and see in the summer. I mean, it's all frozen over, covered in snow. This will look so much different and, frankly, be more enjoyable. But hey, like I said, I'm hiking in December. I'm checking out a trail. Zero complaints. Zero. It's occurred to me that I've been doing all this winter hiking and I make videos. They don't talk about the fact that it must look freezing to some people. You know, it's not. It's like +2, +1 out right now. I have several layers on. It's not even cold enough to freeze up the water in this tube. I just have to, every like 10, 15 minutes, suck through the cold water, and then I can feel the warm water come out of my water bag. I forgot the name of it. And then it doesn't freeze, so it's not cold. I have a few layers on. I'm hiking, so I've got the blood moving, and it's fine, man. Just fine. That's why you got to be grateful. It could be -20. It's the middle of December. It could be -20 Celsius. Yeah. One thing about hiking the less popular stuff is this is one massive tree across the trail. I think I'm gonna crawl it. much down on my belly. That's when having a backpack goes against you, and now you got to get it even lower to get the backpack under, or you just got to take it off and chuck it over. One or the other. Okay, starting to get out of the actual canyon-y part of this. Another little bridge across the frozen creek. All right. Well, there's the creek down there. It's all frozen over, not making any noise. I'm almost done this part of the trail, and then I circle back up and hike back around. So, in the winter, I mean, you know, this would be far more fun if that creek was running. So, you know, it's a winter hike, and you're happy to be out hiking, but there's not a lot to see on this guy. You know, there's the canyon itself lasts a little while, and then it kind of stops. Oh, and there we go. I'm at the end of it, and I'm turning off into the bush. See if there's anything interesting up here. Well, so far the upper part of the canyon loop is just a hike through the forest, which is always nice, but yeah. Funny thing is with all the snow on branches is when it falls off, you see a branch move, and then you for a second think that there's some wildlife, but just a lot of moving branches because of snow. Well, getting a nice viewpoint here. Looks as though there's some snow happening over there. Otherwise this would be a little nicer, but yeah. Not bad. I'm honestly not even sure what direction that is. Looks as though there's the road down there. Yeah, you really can't see any highways, towns, nothing really from here. Little bit of views poking through the trees here. It's going down, kind of a downwards S. I think over there is the canyon. Not bad. It's not a bad little walk. As far as doing this loop, I would probably do it the way I'm doing it. Just because going down those steps in the winter might be a little dangerous. With ice cleats, you'd probably be fine, but I mean, this here isn't dangerous without ice cleats. It's just fine. You're just getting all the climb out of the way. Well, the original trailhead / parking lot is down there. There's probably been like 25 of these on this trail, at least. I don't really understand them. Why is this dangerous and this isn't dangerous? And, you know, I don't know. I'd much rather all these were completely ignored, like none of them anywhere, except for maybe on like giant precipices with bus tour, you know, where tour buses show up. I would trade all these for a few backcountry bridges to be built in Jasper National Park, you know, where got to cross some raging stream, or, I mean, you can't. Basically, you can't until it's like September. So then the trail barely gets used because nobody can cross them. Far rather see national parks money spent on that. But, you know, I want to make the decisions, so. Parks for profit. Oh, there we go, I'm back here again. Okay. I'm gonna walk a little farther to that picnic table area. There's one over there, but I'm gonna just walk over here. I'm gonna ditch the spikes, the cleats. Cleats are really, you know, they decrease the amount of support your feet get. They're a little harder on the feet, and you don't want to use them on asphalt. They're just not much fun. So I'll take the time, sit down, have a little break, and walk the rest of the way back. Go do the Marsh Loop down there, and then maybe go check out the Cave and Basin Museum, and that'll be a nice way to end my day. Okay, had a nice break. Figure I might as well use the shelter. It's better than sweeping snow off a picnic table. Got my cleats off. Rested up my legs, my knees. They got a good beating yesterday, the hike I gave them. And this is day 4, so trying to keep them in shape at least somewhat for backpack season. And now we're gonna walk back. I'm gonna jump on a Marsh Loop. And I know that there's some great views of the mountains along this road, so that I skipped over doing that horse trail. So yeah, off we go. Let's see if I can get a nature shot. Buddy. Stupid poles. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hey. That's so cute. Eating an acorn. All right, I'll leave you alone. Oh, and that was enough for him to... Just me bending over to get my poles was enough to chase him off. Breaking out now. This might be a boring road, you know, with asphalt, but the views of it are much better than the upper trail that was torn up by the horses. It's pretty outstanding. A little bit hard to tell, but I think the hump that I hiked around on the horse trail was either this one here or maybe that one there or that one there. Hard to know. Anyway, it's pretty delightful walking along this. You're out in the open, so the wind gets at you a bit more, but I'm well dressed, so just don't mind. Here we are at the entrance to Marsh Loop. Go check that out. Walking along the river should be nice. There is some nice views along Marsh Loop, but certainly nothing I would write home about. That there is Mount Rundle. It follows the Bow River. Now, when this would be a cool walk is if the Bow River is breaking up in the spring. That would be pretty neat. See a lot of random ice flows, and it does get used by the horses, but nowhere near as much as that one trail, where that one trail was fairly rutted. Like literally to the point where I was stepping from one rut to the next quite a bit. But other than that, you know, there's a nice shot of Mount Rundle. Other than that, nothing to write home about. A train just went by on the other side of the river and kind of blew the nature out of the place for a minute too, so yeah. Well, I'm back. Head up to my car, it's way over there. Have something to eat. And I think I'm gonna head up to the museum, check that out, and then head back to Calgary. Well, there's no sign of that huge herd that was here when I see some scat, but that's pretty much it. Not a bad little hike. It's a little hard to follow things like Sundance Canyon with something like that, you know. Usually the trail less taken is not as good. Sometimes it is, but usually not. Sundance Canyon is definitely the winner as far as winter hiking so far. I've done 4 days here in Banff. Sundance Canyon was pretty sweet. All right, get out there and hike. See you on the next one.